What is the Pythagoras theorem and how do you use it? Being one of the most famous theorems in the entire of mathematics, any good mathematician needs to understand how to use the theorem with ease. This video will help you do exactly that. Hi there, Beat the Calculator here, and welcome back to another video. Let's start with the famous formula. A squared plus b squared is c squared. The first thing to note, this theorem applies to only right-angled triangles, with each letter A, B and C corresponding to the sides of the triangle. If we've been given two sides of a right-angled triangle, we can use it to work out the third side. It's as simple as that. Now, always start by labeling the side opposite the right angle, the longest side, called the hypotenuse, with the letter C. Now, simply label the other two sides with A and B. It doesn't matter which side is A and which side is B. Sure, now we know how to label a Pythagoras triangle. How do we use the formula to work out the remaining side? Here's a right-angled triangle with two side lengths of 3 and 4. Work out the length of the third side. First, label the triangle with A, B and C, like we just did before. C for the longest side and A and B for the other two sides. Now, pull up the Pythagoras theorem formula. Side A squared plus side B squared equals side C squared. Since we want to work out the length of side C, plug in the values of A and B into the formula. This gives us 3 squared plus 4 squared is C squared. 3 squared is 9 and 4 squared is 16. Sum them together to get 25. 25 equals to C squared. Square root 25 to get C. This is nice and easy, with 5 as our final answer. The length of side C is 5. Nice! Here's another example. This right-angled triangle has two lengths of 12 and 8. Work out the length of the third side. Like before, label the triangle with A, B and C. Since we want to work out the length of side C, plug in the values of A and B into the formula. This gives us 12 squared plus 8 squared is C squared. 12 squared is 144 and 8 squared is 64. Sum them together to get 208. Square root 208 to get C. Plug this into a calculator to give you 14.4 rounded to 1 decimal place. The length of side C is 14.4. Great! Finally, before we move on to some practice questions, let's take a look at a final example, which involves swapping a bit of the formula around. Here's another right-angled triangle with side lengths of 13 and 12. What is the length of the remaining side? Following the method, label the sides of the triangle. You'll notice this time, rather than finding side C, we have to find one of the other sides, side B. This means our existing formula won't work. Don't worry though, we can just tweak it around to make b squared on one side. b squared is equal to c squared subtract a squared. Simple. Now plug in the values as usual. 13 squared subtract 12 squared. This solves to 169 subtract 144, which is 25. The square root of 25 is 5, as we've looked at before, which is the final answer to the length of b. Awesome! By now, hopefully you fully understand what Pythagoras theorem is, the formula and how to use it. To test your understanding, why not have a go at our practice question? In this figure, work out the length of side A. Your 30 seconds on the clock starts now. Answers. As it is a right-angled triangle, we can use the Pythagoras theorem. First, label the sides up. You'll notice that we have to find side A, or side B if you label them differently, which works too. Rearrange the formula so that a squared is on its own. A squared equals to c squared subtract b squared. Plug in c and b into the formula. This gives 144 subtract 81, which is 63. Root 63 is 7.9 to 1 decimal place, so side A is 7.9 in length. Nice! Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Beat the Calculator. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.